Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter, a psalm of Asaph, by God, the judge of the righteous and the wicked. The mighty God, even the Lord Yahweh, has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God hath shined. Our God shall come and shall not keep silence. Once again, you notice how a lot of Asaph's psalms are prophetic because he was a seer. Okay, it says here, and shall not keep silence. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. Does it not say in Isaiah 66 that the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind? He shall call the heavens from above and the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And that's what he's going to do. Right? When Yahawashi comes back, he's going to gather those saints. He's going to gather that, starting with that elect. And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself. Selah. Hear, O my people, which as it says, the heavens shall declare his righteousness. Now, you can also link this, with Psalm 19, and which that is a precept in Second Ezra that talks about that, right? The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see all together. So on the one hand, the way that the heavens, like in Psalm 19, are declaring the righteousness of the Lord, right, is through us, right? And the heavens are referring in that sense to the satellites that are in there, right? That transfer the signals, right, of the content that we push, and that's how it spreads throughout the whole world. Okay, it says here, hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. Let's read this in the NLT. It says, O my people, listen as I speak. Here are my charges against you. O Israel, I am God, your God. And the Lord has brought charges against us, right? Because, our people time and time again have gone astray from the Lord. Okay, so he's saying here, I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offerings to have been continually before me. I will take no bullock out of thine house. Let's pull this up here. It says, I have no complaint about your sacrifices or the burnt offerings you constantly offer. That's not the problem that I have here. It says, I will take no bullock out of thine house, nor he goats out of thy folds. Right? But I do not need the bulls from your barns, or the goats from your pens. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I own it all. I created it all. Right? I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine. What would I need you to do? If that's what I want, if I was hungry, if that's what I needed to be fed, why would I come to you? For the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. The world and everything in it is mine. Right? Revelation 4 and I believe 13. It talks about that. Everything was created by the Lord for his pleasure. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. That's what I want. Okay? Thanksgiving and righteous deeds. Do what is obligated of you as a people unto your God. And call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver thee. See, you do that, then you're right by me. And when you call upon me, I will deliver you. See, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth to even speak about it? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. Now you had, certain Israelites that did this, in transgressing against the Lord. But as you notice, the wicked, all right, which is Esau, Edom, that's exemplified in them, right? It can also be applied to them. They hate instruction. They cast the words of the Lord behind them. They don't consider. All right, it says here, when thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him, and has been partaker with adulterers. See? So you joined with evildoers, right? When you see thieves, you approve of them, and you spend your time with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Did the scriptures not say that they frame mischief by a law? Forgers of lies, physicians of no value. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. So when you go back to our forefathers, who was the brother of Esau? Jacob. You see, and that's what they do. The accuser of our brethren. They slander their own mother's son, which is us. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. See, because it wasn't time for the Lord to bring judgment upon them just yet. And so because of that silence the Lord kept, in when they did this and continued to do this to us, it says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. See, because I kept silence, you thought I was, on the same page as you, that I was like you. No, 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 but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And the Lord is doing that, right? Us coming back to our heritage, our nationality, knowing we're Israelites, calling on the name of the Lord, the prophets being out here teaching, that is us being set in order, right, before their eyes. It's right in their kingdom. They can see it, and it's a threat to them. Now consider this, ye that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Who's going to deliver you from the hands of the Lord? That's why Paul said, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Hebrews 10:31. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation, right, or his way of life, aright, correctly, will I shew the salvation of God. And who's going to do that? The elect. Okay, the remnant. They are the ones that are going to order their conversation aright, after the ways that please the Lord, and he will show them the salvation of God. And that brings us to the end of the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.